Welcome back to a very basic space program. In the last episode we managed to somehow fluke a geostationary contract. I'm not entirely happy with the fact that it wasn't truly geostationary. We might come back and look at that in the future and do a proper one. We're going to try and do a rendezvous today, and we're going to combine it with our one crew mission. And I was going to use the upper stage for that geostationary launch, but I think I found something a little bit better. So please join me. So here we are in orbit, and I am having a look at the old Luna 4 upper stage. This is the second stage of Luna 4, and yeah, it's in a nice orbit. If I actually bring it up, it's in a 190 by 200. It's almost circular. And why is that important? Well, because the one I was going to look at, the geostationary craft we had, its orbit I've actually had to look at is 141 by 151, which is a little lower than I actually remembered it being. So I wonder whether the game's actually had a little bit of a glitch there and it's actually changed it, or maybe the decoupling fired it backwards and it's actually, its thrust backwards has actually changed its orbit a little bit, which is quite possible. But that's very close to the atmosphere, so not really usable. But this is perfect, primarily because the crew mission that we have requires that we are above 190. So to rendezvous with this, we have to be above 190. We have to be 192 to 204, which is perfect. So I think we're going to go and try and do this. We're going to try and rendezvous with this. Yeah, let's go and have a look at the craft we're going to use and who's going to do it. Okay, so we're going to send up the Icarus craft for this, and it's got 19 days to go on the build because it's been building in the background while we've been doing other things, which is wonderful. We don't have anything building after that, and this is the point where you may want to start sending up film return canisters and things like that to gather science from orbit, and I might be tempted to do one of those missions. I might throw one of those in. Comment down below if you'd like to see that. It's something you normally do earlier on in this program, and then you sort of forget about, whereas I've gone past it, but there is good science to be had there. There's reasonable. In fact, let's actually check that. Let's actually see what science is there to be had from it. So film samples, let's have a look. Biological samples, photographic, earth photography, there we go. Nope, that's not it. Photographic, where is it? Photography 2, no? Planetary photography, that's what we want. So you've got chunks of science there. You can get 2 in total. You can get 2 of these each time with a camera. So we could actually get 8 science, is that right? No, you could get 10 science. We could get 10 science with a launch, which might not seem much, but at the moment we could eke out just maintaining stuff. So we have to keep that in mind, because if our tech gets low, it seems really silly to just let it not be running. So we need to think about that. Also, with our VAB, we might want to design a craft just to do that, just send up. So we might do that in the next episode. We'll see what goes on. But we're going to go for this rendezvous. So I'm going to warp this forward, get it ready for launch. Oh, L4TV is out of electric charge. That's right. L4TV is our upper stage that we're actually going to be targeting. I've renamed it Luna 4 target vehicle because it's easier to remember that way. And yeah, we're gonna rendezvous. It's out of electricity, but that's not a big issue for us. So there we go. We're going to roll that out onto the pad. It's going to take a day or so. Onto the 150-ton pad, and we'll need to figure out who's going to be in it. I'm tempted to send the engineer because, actually, while we're doing that, not in here, we want astronaut complex. Do we have a scientist that's good? Oh, no, you're the exact opposite of what I want. Okay, I want low stupidity, high courage. Where are my scientists? You are, you're close, but you... Wow, Helena. You're massively courageous, but stupider than stupid. That's. I'm tempted to get you just because you are that extreme. Oh, do I want a stupid scientist? Oh. Run experiments by EVA. G-force isn't too bad though. Maybe stupidity isn't the best. So let's have a look. 25% is fine. What's this one here? What are you? 25, 5.5, 1.5. And you are. So they're all the same. So stupidity really doesn't matter. Okay. You know what, Helena? You're Helena Hoffman. Helena. You're joining the team. Well done. Right, so we're going to send up I think we're going to send up Annalise because we do have that probe still attached to the craft, so she doesn't have to pilot it manually until she's on re-entry. So I think I'm okay with that. So we're going to send up Annalise. So I'm going to get this to the launch pad. We'll wait until it's daytime. Get it, although it doesn't really matter. I'll explain why when we get there. So I'll get this to the launch pad and I will see you there. Right, here we are on the launch pad and Annalise is ready to go, but we're gonna do something a little different here. It is dark at the moment, but don't worry about that. When we launch is not dependent upon the light anymore. It is about alignment. So we're going to look at Rendezvous Planner, and we're going to come up here and we're going to find, I don't want the rubbish, I want my probes, I think, is it? We're going to find Luna 7. I don't want Luna 7. There we are. Set as target. There we go. So we are targeting, and I can get rid of those things now. We're targeting a Luna 4 target vehicle. This is the upper stage of Luna 4 that's in orbit. So we're looking at about a 200 kilometer orbit. Now, we want to launch when we're in plane, so we want this to be about 2 degrees when we're going to launch. We want our target to be in this area here as well. So there's a few things we're looking for. So what we're going to do is we're going to just time warp ahead, and I think we're going to go a few days because I don't think the first window looked right. So we'll just go ahead a bit more and keep going. So the aim here is that you want to bring it to about, I would normally go to about 10 degrees then slow down. You can see where we are now is, you know, it's a long way from where we need to be. We need to be actually, we're going to be launching in the dark actually, I think it is. There you go. Right, that's 18 degrees off. But what we're going to start looking for is, as we accelerate round, we're going to be looking for where this craft is when we're actually getting to our target point. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Right, slow it down. Now this one could be good. This one could be good. That's going to be closing up. It's going to take us a while to actually get launched as well. So potentially this could be the window. So let's just warp forward a little bit. Yeah, I think it is it. I think this is the one. We've got about half a cycle left to go. So we'll pop it up. I think 250. 250 would be good. Maybe 300, but I don't know if I can get back down from 300. Or do we go again? I think we actually go another day. I actually think we go another day. I think that's going to be closer in a day's time. Which would be interesting actually. Let's have a look. And this is what you sort of do in real life, I believe. They actually time their launch windows, not just so that they're in the plane, but also so that actually they're going to be near each other. They can minimize the amount of fuel and so forth. They're going to have to use the amount of Delta V because Delta V is king. Right. Oh, this is much better. Right. So now we have to know, is it going to be before or after us when we launch? It's going to be in front of us, so we're going to have to launch below it. Okay. No, is it? Right. I think we still want to launch above it. Yeah. Right. Let's go. We're in a hurry now, so get everything going. Start everything up. Surface, go. Fire the engines. And go. Right. We are going to start turning straight away. There we go. Get over to 80 straight away. Annalise, you look stressed. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. We've got a bit of cloud cover. We probably wouldn't have launched in this cloud cover in reality, because yeah, it's a little low. The clouds are low and problematic. So we're getting up there nice and quickly. That's nice. Good. We're going to keep turning over. We're going to force this craft over because we want a nice low. Well, we might want a nice low. We want to be able to change it a bit once we're actually up. We want to be able to predict. We might be ahead. We might be behind. That's the problem. Right, get rid of those solids. I do not know what our situation is going to be. So we're going to just put it down. In fact, you know, surface velocity, give me -3 on a pitch. There we go. It'll pull it down. Right. We're going to be ahead. I am willing to bet that we're going to be ahead. That's in 1 minute. Oh, it's catching though. This is going to be really tight actually. Oh, this is one of these ones where it's actually very difficult. We may end up just wanting to go for 200 and then actually bring our own orbit down afterwards. I think we're going to be ahead, which means we need to go higher. But that is catching up very quickly. If it's ahead of us, we need to be lower down in the orbit. So we need to be aware of that. Surface, give me 25 degrees. So we're just going to do this. We're just going to do that. What's that going to do for us? We're not too worried about this at the moment. I know my relative inclination is going to come down because of the fact that we started before it. Right. Yeah, it would be nice to know when this crosses that marker what we're doing. This is really a tight one, actually. I did not expect it to be like this. So if we stay as we are and we're getting up to speed, we're about a third of its speed. That's about a minute. So 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. By the time we get to there, it's going to be there. So we're actually going to be behind. Right, okay. I think we're going to be behind. But we can always bump it up with the next stage, which is positive. Right, we can get rid of those fairings now, get rid of them early on, lose some weight. So we are coming up there to, it's going to be tight actually. Start the next stage. So we're looking at this and I'm thinking, do I just pop the nose up a little bit and hope that we're on line with it? I don't know. I think we're going to be behind it. Yeah, I think we're going to be behind it. Our relative inclination is getting closer. You can actually see. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. So we're going to hit here and then we're going to have to push up again a bit, which is wonderful. That's good. So that's going to get close. Ooh. Yeah, I think we're going to be behind. And if we're behind, we want to be below because then we can catch it. This is tight though. This is. I wasn't expecting us to be this close on our actual launch. I was actually going to cut away until I got into orbit and then jump back. But this is yeah, here we are. So that's where the target's going to be when we're there. Oh, actually, we're going to be above, ahead. So we're going to just put 15 degrees in. There we go. That helps us with that burn as well a little bit, I think. Is that going to help us? Oh, we've got an engine down. Oh no. Oh, of all the times to have an engine failure. Are you kidding me? No. No. Oh. No. What actually went wrong? What went wrong? What went wrong? And this is bad actually. Oh no. Oh, that would have been a beautiful rendezvous as well. I think we would have had a beautiful one. Yeah, we've got a shutdown. 1 minute, 6 seconds in. Oh, I wish I was playing restarts on this because that would have been perfect. Right. That's annoying. That I can't even use the RCS to get close enough to break that contract, and we haven't finished the orbital contract either. But we know we can get a close launch to this. That's important. That is important, right? Okay, so now it is rescue ourselves from this failed flight, I think. I guess, Annalise, you were not going to orbit today. So what we're going to do, we are going to arm this. We're going to let's put us surface levitive. So let's put that to heading there. We want to go -90 and execute that. Activate the RCS. Execute that. Do we actually? Oh, I need to. There we go. Engage it. There we are. Right. So now we're going to turn ourselves over. No, I don't want to go on -90. I want to go -180 actually, don't I? I want to face the other way. That's what we're going to do. Right, and we're going to do this reasonably quickly because we want to there we go, that's better. We want to actually get this craft round and ready for return to Earth as quickly as possible. Get the parachutes armed. So this is basically an abort on the way to orbit. Second stage was gone. We haven't had to use any sort of pulling away equipment, and there we go. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to I think actually no, you know what, we're going to put ourselves at 90. That's what we're actually going to do. We're going to put ourselves at 90, and we're going to, I'm not sure which the best way to do this is, but I want to slow our fall down as much as possible. There we go. So we're just going to use that a bit, and then we're going to decouple. There we are. Wonderful. Right. Now, we wasted a lot of time with all that stuff going on. We shouldn't have bothered doing that, actually. Should have just decoupled straight away. So there we are. Arm everything. Do I have turn the craft over a bit? This is going to be a high G re-entry. I'm sorry about this. Annalise, this is going to be potentially quite painful for you. Oh, she's going to pass out. She's going to pass out. She's lost consciousness. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Oh, that would help if we actually had that on. How long is she going to be out for? That's the question. G's coming down. She was on high G for a long time there. That was a lot of G force for a long time. It will be interesting to see if she comes back. Oh, we're coming back. We're coming back. Okay. Oof. That was probably one of the worst possible return from orbits you could do. I don't think you could do worse than that. Is she okay is the question. She's right, she's back. Okay. Annalise, I think you were at like 15-20. That's like one of the Soyuz craft, was it, that came back and did that? So that was an abort. You were already traveling significantly faster than you needed to. That was much, much worse than a Redstone re-entry. That is probably the worst re-entry profile you could have had, in fact. But you survived, just so far. The craft is okay. Didn't use any of our ablator at all. We used almost none of it. But, you know, so what have we learned? We've learned that it is possible to get potentially a close orbit to that target vehicle. We just didn't do it this time because we had an engine fault. So there we go. Test flight kicks in and kills us. That's really annoying. I could restart that, but I think that's realistic. We've had a fault, and I quite like the fact that we had a late abort, as it were. So we know that. I think we were well on our way to orbit there. We were probably, I think it was about we were over 4,000 meters per second. So any more than that, and that would actually be quite dangerous. It would actually be easier to abort to orbit. We don't have that capability though, interestingly. So we need to realize that. I think that was potentially as bad as it could get. I think if we were actually going faster, we would have gone through the atmosphere further up a little bit more gently, and I should have decoupled earlier. Actually, this craft really should have been decoupled earlier. I was not focusing on on that altitude. I was focusing on other things, and that was a negative. So yeah, we need to keep that in mind in future. So I'm going to bring this down to the surface, and I think we're landing in the water. I'm guessing we're landing in the water because we never got up. Let's have a look. Where's our target vehicle? There it is, flying off. How annoying. We were so close. If that engine hadn't given out, oh, that was going to be beautiful. It was going to be a beautiful rendezvous from launch, and without too much planning either. You saw it. You saw where it was going to be. We'd have come up when we got to near here. We'd have actually slightly changed our angle a bit. We would have drifted in there, and then it would have been very much a case of do we want to go higher or lower orbit? And I think we were going to go for lower there because I think we were going to be ahead. And I think we would have made it, actually. I think it would have been a quick dock, possibly an hour or two to docking. Oh, not docking, but rendezvous. And we missed out on that. So that's a bit sad. So I will take this craft down, and we'll collect it out of the ocean, and I will see you back at the station. Right, we are back at the Space Center, and we have a problem. We have a requirement to complete this mission in 61 days. But our craft is going to take 87. Now I can speed this, but it's going to cost us a lot. So I'm just wondering whether we spend a lot of upgrade money right now. I think we have to. I think we have to just go for it. I think we have to spend maybe 20, and we have to put it into the VAB. We have to just get it into the VAB and get that up. And what are we doing there? Oh, that's still not good. We really need to give ourselves, let's see, 2 days to roll out, another day to actually do the task. So we're looking at 3 days, so we need to be finished in 58 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, what's that going to do for me? 60. We could shorten this by 10% by paying 10,000. I really don't like doing it, but I think we're going to have to rush build this. So rush building is an option, but it's so expensive for that 10% bump. There we go. That's going to put us on target. So that one is now on target to do. So next episode, we're going to try with the Icarus 5 to do that mission and the Rendezvous. And I think, thanks Jane, I think we might want to start looking at these contracts as well, maybe knock these out a bit. Perhaps above 300, easy, time in orbit, 45 degrees, minimum. That's simple. What do we need to put on it? Be sure to use solar panels or an RTG to generate power. Historically, the first experiment on satellites was made with Transar, 15, sorry, Able Star. Well, we could do that easily enough. So we could actually take that. That's going to give us a year to do. Okay, we'll have that. And then we also have atmospheric analysis. Okay, this requires temperature and barometer scans. Return to there. You've got to be at these altitudes. Transmit. We can force transmit on both of them, so that's doable, and we can do that as well. And that's got to be right. Let's just check. That's 260 by 631. In that range, and this one was 45 degrees, 300, so 300. Okay, well, that's fine. We can do both. We could stick both on the same craft and we can do them both at the same time. Okay, doesn't require anything else. Yeah, we'll do that. Right, so that's going to be another launch. So next episode we will put together those contracts. I also want to put together a nice sort of sample return for films. I think we should look at maybe doing that and seeing how you can do that nice and simply. And then we're going to look at we're going to have to look at that Rendezvous again. So yeah, from me, until next time, have a great one.